Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Black Spinner Music Podcast. In today's segment, we are doing Vinyl Battle. The last time we did a Vinyl Battle, we did Master of Puppets versus Peace Sells, but who's buying? And it was pretty much a sweep with Megadeth only winning one song. Everything else went to Master of Puppets. So we talked about this afterwards, and we said, you know what? Let's go ahead and give Megadeth a better shot against the Black Album. So we decided with the Black Album going up against excuse me, going up against Rust and Peace.
The greatest metal
Oh,
album of all time.
Yeah, I was wondering why it felt like the Black Album should go up against Countdown to Extinction. Like those are the two equivalent albums.
Oh well, hold on. There's a reason behind that. Because these albums are only 10 months apart.
All right, so this is technically closer.
Yes, closer.
All right.
Closer, and both bands were about the same wavelength.
Again, I'm all for this because it's giving Megadeth a much greater chance.
Yeah, I'm down with this.
All right. So we've done this before. It's going to be track against track, and I will tally at the end, and we'll see which album is the best. Today's panel, we've got three great guests with us, starting with Mark Alden Taylor, the Freeform Rock Podcast, and also the BS Sessions with Mark, Jerry, and Charles Trainer. And also we have Edwin Castrossi from the Rock All Over You podcast, which is a great podcast. I really enjoy it. And also,
thanks. Call his podcast great. Okay, whatever. You've been on mine.
Mark, I can't make you happy at all. I mentioned both of your podcasts.
I just had to bust your balls. All right.
That's all right. And also, for the first time on Black Spinner Circle, we have Scribble here with us, who's also a hip hop artist out of LA. And he also has his own podcast as well called the S&M Underground Podcast. That's also available on Apple, as long the same as Mark's is also available on Apple.
I love Scribble's podcast. Him and Mad Max, man, they got some great chemistry going on that shit. And I'm sitting there listening to it. Who the fuck? Who's this? What? Who? What? And then they start talking Megadeth. I go, okay, I got it now.
That's how we gotta. Max is more of a hip hop head. I'm a hip hop head, but I grew up on metal. You know what I mean? So I'm able to bring in the metal references and shit like that. And I'm actually gonna make him explore because he's a juggalo. You know what I mean? So we're doing this thing where we go through ICP shit, and then I'm like, well, if we're doing that, we got to go through like Megadeth shit for me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Gigolo. Yeah. I thought you said a gigolo.
Okay, juggalo.
That too.
I know what that shit is, unfortunately.
Hey, are you friends with Mike Sears? You know Mike Sears?
Yeah, I'm friends with him. I haven't talked to him too much, but I know he's a juggalo.
Yeah, he's a juggalo. He also likes hip hop and metal. I've been on his show a few times. So shout out to Mike Sears.
Yeah, that don't like me for some reason.
It's because you always talk shit about juggalos, probably.
I never said one thing about juggalos, but now since you told me, I might as well.
You're an acquired taste, Mark.
So
I guess so.
So to get back to these albums were released very close to each other. The first one being Rust in Peace in 1990, and the Black Album was released later on in 1991. The Megadeth album did go platinum, but the Black Album, which is the biggest selling album for Metallica, went 16 times platinum. And Megadeth released 2 singles off their album, while the Black Album released 5 singles.
Jason Newsted will not let us forget either.
Which is incredible for maybe it wasn't metal anymore, but it was a hard rock album. Let's call it what it is, because that album
There's a lot of metal on it.
It's a metal album, but it's a mainstream metal album. I mean,
so it's more hard rock.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call hard rock. I mean, like the Black Crowes are hard rock. Metallica,
they just weren't thrash. They weren't thrash. They were still metal.
It was mainstream metal. That's what I call
Yeah, like mid-tempo metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there
That's
mainstream metal though? I think
Yeah.
that's
When the
Poison.
fucking, how many copies did that sell?
I'm talking about Poison. I think the mainstream
platinum.
came to them though.
It's about 16 million.
No, they slowed down their beats. They got the Motley Crue producer, and they made a bunch of videos. So they kind of went to it a little themselves.
They started that with
Released
Justice
singles.
too.
That's a Michael Jackson like released singles.
Yeah,
on
this
one
is
album.
their hysteria, and Bob Rock's their Mutt Lange,
I love me some hysteria.
There you go.
So let's get started. We're going to do the Black Album against Rest in Peace. Track 1, Enter Sandman against Holy Wars. The Punishment Due. Mark, which way are you going to go on this?
I'm just going to give you something. When this album came out, Rest in Peace,
Yeah.
I didn't listen to Megadeth. I didn't know who the fuck they were. I got into Metallica first, so maybe that's why I'm a little biased. But to be honest, because I'm always honest, Holy Wars is way better than Enter Sandman. Fucking, it just fucking crunches. Fucking, it's just like, it's just nonstop. It's like, fucking, hey, this song crushes fucking Enter Sandman. Even though I do love Enter Sandman, and I'm not burned out of it like a lot of people are.
So Holy Wars for Mark. All right. What about you, Edwin? Which way are you going to go on this, or should I ask?
There's no goddamn contest. Hey, listen, I'm not like a hater or something just because it's popular. Actually, as you'll find out, I like some of the singles from the Black Album.
Yeah.
Maybe not better than the songs they're going up against, but I like them. This song, I never liked Enter Sandman. Even when it first dropped, it's all right. I hear the riff's kind of good. Like the drum beat in the beginning's kind of all right. But I always thought it was kind of corny and stupid. I never liked it. I get it. I get why people like it. I can hear it's a catchy song. It's just, to me, it's just kind of a stupid, shitty song. I don't like it. I don't like Enter Sandman. I never liked it. It's like Peter Pan shit. I don't like it. Whereas Holy Wars, ... The Punishment is Due is one of the greatest fucking songs of all time. So,
I agree with you on that.
It sucks up against one of the greatest fucking songs of all time. There's no contest. The Punishment is Due all right. It's fucking punishing Enter Sandman. It's fucking ugly.
It's just kind of sad that nobody knows what Holy Wars is, but people still know Enter Sandman.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Fucking heavy metal.
I'm saying in our group, people will know this, but like the casual metal fans will go to Enter Sandman. Yeah.
Metal fans. But real metal fans all love this album, Rust in Peace, and they love Holy Wars. And it fucking kicks ass. And now when I don't know what I like better, the thrashing kick-ass stuff in the beginning when it's faster, or the mid-tempo, like dark and dirty and evil shit in the middle. I don't know. It's all fucking awesome. It's one of the greatest songs of all time from my third favorite thrash album of all time. My favorite Megadeth album, this fucking album. So yeah, it fucking shits all over Enter Sandman. So
and if you're going by album covers, Rust in Peace totally kicks the Black Album.
Yeah, fucking Black Album. Fucking Spinal Tap and AC/DC had both already done it.
Yeah. I mean, easily the album cover for Megadeth beats the black with that shadow of a snake, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that shit.
Huh?
I'm sorry. Fuck Metallica. Anyway, what were you saying?
Hey, I'm gonna have to represent for the great Charles Trainer on this episode. So
Scribble, which way are you gonna go?
Come on, bro. Like, this isn't even I mean, Holy Wars, just by the fact that Holy Wars is on Rust in Peace, demolishes the Black Album. We can end the conversation here. There's nothing on the Black Album that even touches the opening riff on fucking Holy Wars. And have you guys ever heard of the band Excel?
No.
Check out this band called Excel and listen to Tapping Into the Emotional Void, a song by them, and you will see that it is stroke for stroke, pause, the exact same riff as Enter Sandman. And this was a band that played with Metallica opening for them. And I find it funny that Kirk Hammett is like, yeah, this is the first riff that I actually brought to the band. Like, yeah, it's a stolen riff, dick. But I will give...
leave Wah Wah alone.
Like Mark, I started with Metallica.
Yep.
So my dad was fucking bumping Metallica when I was a little kid. You know what I mean? So I love early Metallica, and I even like some shit later on. But there's no fucking. It's not even a question. Holy Wars dominates everything on Black Album.
It sounds like this is gonna be a clean sweep because I'm gonna go with Holy Wars as well. I thought Enter Sandman was a weird choice for an opening song for the album. For me, I've always thought it was weird, and I was never a really big fan of the song as well. It's kind of, it just didn't mesh well with me, especially because I fell in love with Metallica with And Justice for All. You know, I was about 12 when And Justice for All came out.
Kill 'Em All is the one I got into,
and I fell in love with that. And then I worked my way back, and then the Black Album came out. So Enter Sandman I thought was a weird choice to start off with. So I'm also going with Holy Wars, which was a clean sweep on that track. Track 2, Sad But True, which is another single against Hangar 18, which was also a single that was released by Megadeth. Both of these were singles. Mark, which way are you going to go on this one?
This is tough because Hangar 18 is a fucking banger. But I just fucking love James's vocals on Sad But True, man. Hey, I'm your life. I'm the one who takes you there. I think the lyrics are way better than Hangar 18. I got to go with Sad But True.
Okay. But also, I want to add, rest in peace, the dual guitars between Mustaine and Friedman is just insane. You know, the dual solo.
I love me some dual leads, some Maiden, some Tesla. You know, shit like that.
And it kind of, to me, kind of sounded like Metallica just took a step back when it came to guitar leads on this album. Go ahead, Edwin. Which one, Sad But True or Hangar 18?
This one's actually kind of close. So there you go. It's kind of close. I had to think about this one. Most of these I didn't have to think about. This one I did a little. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Hangar 18, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite songs from Rust in Peace, even though I can hear why it was a single, and I do dig it. But Sad But True, I always liked that song. It's kind of like a poppier Harvester Sorrow, but hey, fuck it, I'll take a poppier Harvester Sorrow. It's got that cool groove to it. I like James singing. I like the chorus. I never really get burned out from the song. It's definitely it's definitely my favorite of the singles. And I think it's one of the stronger tracks, actually. So I do like that song. That being said, I'm still giving it to Holy Wars. Giving Holy Wars the edge.
Of course you are.
For that guitar soloing, you know, the dueling solos at the end. I mean, that's just so badass. Plus, I like the lyrics. I like it, which actually Nick Menza wrote, which is kind of weird. I guess he was the one in the Aliens. And, you know, the video with all the aliens and tentacles. I don't know if you know this, but there's actually aliens in Hangar 18. That's what inspired this. And it's, you know, it's the same aliens that went and invaded, you know, Sammy Hagar, you know, this guy, Mark, he wrote this song called Love Walks In about how aliens came in one night and probed him. And so to probe it, so this song, Hangar 18, is about the aliens, where they are when they're not going out at night and probing Sammy Hagar in the ass. So
no comment.
That alone has to give it an edge.
I can't represent Charles Trainer by defending Sammy Hagar, so keep going.
Just saying, he wrote it, you know, but he was into it. That's why he wrote Love Walks In. You know, he kind of liked it. He was being violated by the aliens, but
didn't Dr. Fuck like that song?
I don't kink shame, man. If you like aliens probing you, whatever. Let Sammy do what Sammy do.
Didn't
why would you do that? Why would you kink shame Sammy? Let him have aliens probe him in the ass. You saying there's something wrong with that?
But the thing is, I don't think it's about aliens. He's just saying something like touched him and it felt alien to him. I don't know.
He said in an interview that aliens probed him. Just saying it happened. Just feel
okay enough because I really like that song.
I do too.
Well, now you're making me
a little bit better than Enter Sandman.
What was that movie where the movie where freaking that one dude from 8 Men Out?
Be more specific.
Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky. Yeah.
Yeah. That was based on Sammy Hagar getting.
That was a good movie though.
I know nobody talks about that movie anymore. I need to bring that back.
Didn't one of Travis Walton, the main guy who's portrayed in that movie, like one of his friends who was involved came out and said it was like all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Usually it's that kind of shit is. It's like the Amityville house. Like those people are just making that
shit
shit up
for like some kind of
No
story.
ghost there.
Hey, Metal Mike said hi. Hey.
Hey, Metal Mike.
Hey, what up, Metal Mike?
How are you?
Hey, so where were we before? Sorry, that was my fault.
It's Scribble's turn now.
Scribble to talk about the aliens.
Mike, Metal Mike's probably going, oh fuck.
Scribble. Which way are you gonna go? Sad but True or Hangar 18?
You know what? I'll take fucking American Badass over both of them.
Oh, Kid Rock. That's a great song, though. Cheers, brother.
If you don't roll with rock, then you can suck my dick. Okay.
I love some Kid Rock, man. I need to review a Kid Rock album on Freeform.
Oh, bro, we'll have to have you on the podcast to do one of those.
Yeah, please.
You know, I've never really liked Hangar 18, and it's like fucking blasphemy to my Thrasher friends, and I think I'm with Dr. Fuck on why he doesn't like it. I never liked that beginning intro of the song, and it's just I prefer songs over just shredding, unless we're talking Wake Up Dead, you know what I mean? But I gotta go Sad but True on this.
Shut up, Mike.
Right on. Science.
There should be
I'm with you, Mike.
All right, and I am going to go with Hangar 18. I love Hangar 18. I think it's a fantastic track. I think it's a great second track on this album. It really does open up to what this album is going to be. So that's actually a tie.
Yeah, wow. Fair enough. Like I said, I like both songs. I only give Hangar 18 a slight edge, but to me, they're competitive.
So track 3, Holier Than Thou on the Black Album versus Take No Prisoners.
Now
off of Rest in Peace.
Got it.
Oh god, dude. Again, I'm gonna go with Metallica, Holier Than Thou. I do love Take No Prisoners, Take No Shit. I love that fucking song. I didn't even do notes for this. I know these fucking albums like the back.
But you know these two very popular albums, Mark, by heart.
Whatever. I like a lot of extreme albums that aren't very popular with you guys either. So, but I like a lot of shit. Do any of you guys listen to Honeymoon Suite? Probably not. But no. I take Holier Than Thou. Holier Than Thou fucking rules. I love that song.
All right.
Mark.
Of course,
yes,
I like those songs. I like Holier Than Thou is a good song. It's a good rockin' tune. I actually like a lot of deep tracks on the Black Album. This is a good tune. But you're going to hear that a lot. You're going to hear a lot of like, this Metallica song's not so bad, but
I need some more whiskey.
No Prisoners? Man, Take No Prisoners fucking awesome. It's banger. I love those gang vocals. I love gang vocals. And those loud
I do too. Dokken did the best gang vocals. I'll be right back.
I don't know if they did the best, but they did do good gang vocals. I love Dokken. So nothing against their gang vocals. I don't know. I think Accept might have done the best gang vocals. But anyway, these are some badass gang vocals. There's some great gang vocals also on Testament's Souls of Black.
Yeah,
I love that album. Very underrated. Anyway, same year as this album too. But yeah, so Take No Prisoners. Yeah, fucking kicks ass. Oh man, it's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's awesome. Yeah. Sorry, Metallica. Fucking you don't have no chance. You don't have a chance against this album.
What about you, Scribble? Which way are you going to go? Holier Than Thou? Take No Prisoners. Absolutely. I mean, I do like Holier Than Thou. But it's not, even though I like it, it's not even one of the deep tracks that I really come back to a lot. But I mean, come on, dude. Take No Prisoners just fucking shreds your head into pieces for 3.5 minutes and you're done. Yeah. It's perfection.
What I really love about Take No Prisoners, it's the call and response back and forth in the first verse.
The drumming is fucking insane too. The drumming on Take No Prisoners is next level.
Yes, it is so good. Even though Metal Mike does say Holier Than Thou is one of the better tracks from the Black Album. But I'm also going to take No Prisoners on this one too.
You need to bring Metal Mike on this show one day.
Huh?
You need 4 hours if you get Metal Mike on here. He'll talk forever. I love that guy.
You know, I've got 4 hours.
Well, then Metal Mike needs to come on this show.
Yeah, yes, I will invite him when I find another topic. I really hope that
I can't do that on BS because we only have 2.5 hours and Charles needs to go to sleep.
Only
So,
2.5 hours is a long fucking show, man.
oh yeah,
It's like we did that rush that was 4.5 hours and we didn't even finish.
we didn't even get to the live tracks. No.
No.
As
But,
long as
I do
a
wanna
later
revisit that
period Iron Maiden song. As long as that.
On the next track, we're going to track 4. We're the Black Album with Unforgiven against Five Magics off of Rust in Peace. Which way are you going to go, Mark?
Unforgiven's a good song. It's not a great song. So I'll go for the Five Magics on this one.
Okay, now you probably think I hate the Unforgiven. Don't get me wrong, I hate those fucking sequels. They're horrible. Fucking Unforgiven 2 and 3. Oh, they're horrible, horrible. All I do is at night I lay up and think, please don't let there ever be an Unforgiven 4 because that would be.
I was thinking it was coming on this album.
Just, I mean, you can't get worse than 2 and 3 in my opinion. Well, 3 was worse than 2, and then so 4 would have to be the worst song of all time. But that being said, I don't really hate the Unforgiven. I think it's better than Enter Sandman. I'm definitely burned out on that song, but it's like a poppier, contained Fade to Black. You know, it has a kind of Metallica sound. It's a pretty song. I like the kind of spaghetti western kind of vibe to it. That being said, but of course it's not fucking Five Magics. The Five Magics, that's such a badass tune.
It is.
It's all like dark and mystical and evil. I like when songs are evil, you know, so that's cool. And, you know, it starts off with that atmosphere, great bass playing throughout, you know, Dave's awesome, man, bullshit days out of the band, it's free country. It's, you know, all I'm just saying is, hey, it's consensual, legal, let the dude do what he does. Don't kink shame. Listen to the fucking bass playing that guy does. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, he's fucking awesome. The whole band's awesome on this. And then it speeds up. It's heavy. It's fucking badass. Five Magics all the fucking way.
I agree with you guys on this one.
Yeah. For me, it's easy. Five Magics. Give me alchemy. Give me sorcery. Dermatology. Electricity. Master all of these. I mean, come on, bro. It's so fucking dope. The Unforgiven is actually cool. It's not my least favorite ballad on the album, so we'll get to that.
With me, I guess I'm going to be the lone wolf on this one because I'm going to take Unforgiven on this one.
Whoa!
I really do like Unforgiven. I like the epic. Now, I don't like parts 2 and 3. I think that was just horrible and laziness on their part. But I am going to take the Unforgiven. I loved the video. I thought it was fantastic. It was kind of a mystery. But it seems like I'm alone on this one. And Metal Mike also has Five Magics on here as well. If y'all are able to see his comments.
Twice on Sunday.
Metal Mike going for Unforgiven. I can't.
No way. Of course he's going to go Five Magics.
Metal Mike is metal as fuck. But you know, I think he likes ABBA though. But okay.
That was very metal.
Oh my god! I don't like.
Keep it up. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You replace the keyboards with distorted guitars. ABBA would sound like metal.
But they don't. They don't sound metal at all.
No, I tell you what. Hey, a lot of metalheads love them. I'm just saying.
I know it's weird.
I don't understand.
There's something about them that.
And a lot of you metalheads like the Carpenters too, and I'm like, what? That's like Prozac on music.
Songs, but ABBA's better. Yeah.
I like Carpenters
like
better
taking
than
Prozac.
ABBA. If I had to choose, I would pick Carpenters over ABBA.
All right. Hey, let's keep this metal. Come on, we're talking about Metallica and Megadeth, guys. Come on.
Carpenters. All right, track number 5, guys. Metallica, Wherever I May Roam, against Poison Was the Cure.
Oh, Wherever I May Roam. Fucking hands down. I fucking love that. Wherever I roam, where I lay my head. So, is that the Eeyore vocals, Mike Tyler, that you keep talking about? Maybe I did hear that there. But
that's Eeyore.
I don't hear the Eeyore vocals. You guys all talk about Eeyore vocals. I don't hear it. But maybe as I thought about it right now, maybe that's where the Eeyore vocals first came in with Metallica. But I love Wherever I May Roam. It's like, where I lay my head is home, Eeyore. I don't know, but I'll take Wherever I May Roam.
All right. What about you?
Wherever I May Roam is a song I used to not like. Even when I was younger, that song annoyed me. I didn't like it. I never liked it. In recent years, it's grown a bit on me. It's definitely like a mid-tier song on the Black Album. I don't really like it. Mark sees where this is going.
I know.
It's all right.
I know you too well, Eddie.
It's all right. It's not a bad song. You know, if you haven't listened to it for about 5 or 6 or maybe 10 years, it's all right. But come on, fucking Poison was the cure. That song's fucking awesome. I love it. Starts off again, a little atmosphere, you got the cool bass, and then when it kicks in, what I love about the song, I was just listening, I was spinning the vinyl before we did this. It's just so raw. It's probably the rawest song on this album. It has a little bit of that pre-Rust in Peace Megadeth sound. Like it almost could have been on like Killing Is My Business. There's something really raw about it when it gets thrashy. Oh, the vocals. It's actually one of my, these days, I would say it's probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Yeah, it's a kind of song that back in the day I wouldn't have talked a lot about, but it's a deep track now that I fucking love, man. That song's fucking badass. Fucking destroys that Metallica song. No question. Poison was the cure, all right. Fucking yeah.
Well, we all know that Poison is Mark's cure when he's lonely and wants to be happy. He listens to a lot of Poison.
Well, except that Poison blues. All right, go ahead.
I gotta go. It's Poison was the cure all fucking day. That riff is fucking ridiculous. Dave Mustaine, just like he is the fucking riff lord, man. And I'll put James Hetfield right under him, but he's never fucking rising up above him.
Well, he's a great rhythm guitarist. He's not a lead guitarist, so
no, but he's a riff guy. I mean, the rhythm guys are writing the riffs. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Megadeth all day.
Yeah.
On that one, we're going to be split because I went with Wherever I May Roam. I think that's a fantastic track. That's one of my favorite songs on this album. It's always been one of my favorites when the album came out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So Wherever I May Roam. It's all right. I love it. It's great. And Metal Mike is
that's right, Mike Tyler.
With
Metal Mike.
Well, Metal Mike's gonna go for fucking Megadeth. If you know the guy, he's gonna go for Megadeth all day, and twice on Sundays. So there you go.
Ever since that was a tie, we'll make Metal Mike the tiebreaker.
Yeah, Metal Mike's the tiebreaker.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, we needed a tiebreaker.
Fucking Metal Mike.
Yeah, we need a tiebreaker.
Everything. Let's make him a part of it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a good day to be a Megadeth fan.
You should just bring him on the show and let it
there
like
was
we
a
did with.
There was a tie on the second track, Sad But True and Hangar 18. Which one would you choose?
Oh, come on. Just put Mike down for all the Megadeth answers.
Dude, I got to ask. What kind of a host assumes?
That's true.
I assume all the time, but that's okay. But I'm just joking. I don't assume anything.
All right. So let's move on. Let's go to track number 6. Don't Tread on Me versus Lucretia.
Ooh.
Don't Tread on Me and Twice on Sundays, Mike. Don't Tread on Me. I love that fucking song. Fucking crunchy riffs. My God, that song rules. Fucking love that fucking song. It wasn't a single, right?
No,
it wasn't a single, but they started to play it quite a bit as an album track on Album Rock Radio.
Yeah, they did. I saw them twice on the Black tour at the fabulous LA Forum back in the day when this album came out, and I went to the first show with 103 fever and got in trouble with my manager in and out because some guy ratted me out. But I was sick, man. I had 103 fever. I ain't missing a show. I did miss Night Ranger, but they canceled anyway. So, but
it's probably okay. Lars. He seems like he'd be a tattletale.
Well, it might be a good thing you skipped Night Ranger because that might have put you into a shock that you couldn't deal with.
Oh,
and you wouldn't
dude, Jack Blades is a fucking god.
Okay, I'll let you have that.
No. I saw them just before COVID, where they did the first album, Dawn Patrol, and Midnight Madness in its entirety. They added some couple songs to the end.
They have. I only listen to them on my Spotify because you're always talking about them, and I listened to the first couple albums. And what I liked about them, I liked the leads. I didn't like anything else about them.
You don't like the harmonies?
No, it was pretty gay.
You know I'm pretty harmonic. I love harmonies, dude. I love fucking.
It was real homosexual vibes.
You need to listen to the last album and the band played on. That album fucking kicks ass. All right.
Okay. It's always the albums that no one's heard of that much.
That's a newer album. I like newer shit by older artists, man. I was so happy Alter Bridge played 3 songs off the new album last night. I was like, yeah, fucking rules.
Hey, did Mammoth introduce anything new?
No, I don't think they played the new song.
Okay, because I know that they're coming out with an album this year.
Well, he's coming out. He's Mammoth. He
plays
all that. He has that one dude from Slash's band, guitar player on there that tours with him. Yeah, but there he was really. I was really impressed with Wolfie, man. He has a good stage presence. The guy can play,
and he can also play some pretty good keyboards too.
Yeah, he plays the keyboards there. He had a keyboard right in the front. You know, he was playing that, but he was jamming, dude. The guy could play, but Alter Bridge kicked their ass. I'm just saying, Alter Bridge kicked their ass.
Sorry, I couldn't make it, man. I thank you for that invite, bro. It means a lot that you invited me to that. And
I invited a lot of people, dude.
Well, I thought it was nice.
Well, no, I invited people that were in my area, man.
This is why you have more friends if you make them feel special.
Well, I always make Scribble feel special. I fucking promote his shit and show him how to put links in a podcast. Shit, put the link in, bitch, so people can just go there. People are lazy; they ain't gonna look for your shit. You need to put the links in there so they can just click it.
You gotta put your links.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah. All right. Edwin, which way are you going to go on this?
I am going to quote Mike Tyler here and say that "Don't Tread on Me" is one of the better tracks off the Black Album. It's definitely it's in the top 5, best tracks on the album. It's a good song. It's a good song. But come on, Lucretia, that song's fucking badass.
It is badass.
It
is.
That fucking riff sounds like a fucking horror movie. I love it. I think it's about ghosts. Spooky ghost song. I like that. The fucking riffage. It's one of the better songs. It's a top 5 song for Rust in Peace. So a top 5 song on Rust in Peace is obviously going to be a top 5 song on the Black Album. So yeah, Lucretia, it's fucking awesome. Of course it beats it. It beats a good song because it's a great song. There you go.
Most of the time, it's better than good. You're right about that. It's better than good. But which way are you going to go on this one? Are you going to surprise us?
So be it. Threaten no more. No, I gotta go Megadeth.
I know him too well.
All day. First of all, the opening little fuck, I don't know what that is that Dave Mustaine's doing. That and they fucking high pitch it and they make it sound fuck. So the song, I guess, is about, anyone who knows anything about Megadeth at this time, Dave Mustaine was freebasing crack. And Jeff Young has some great stories about he would come into to Dave Mustaine's pad and Dave Mustaine would be in the bathroom for like 6 hours, just like in the mirror smoking crack. And that's when he wrote this song. So this song is about a hallucination that Dave Mustaine had of a ghost that was, I believe, living in his attic. And her name was Lucretia.
So it was a crack ghost.
And I can say something about him writing about ghosts is way better than King Diamond.
See, that's so badass. Metallica never wrote a fucking song about crack ghost.
Crack ghost, bro. There's no other ghost I want to be around.
Mike Tyler. Yes, I heard that episode of Metallica versus Megadeth. I disagree with both of you. So go ahead.
Shocking. So Megadeth for me, of course.
All right. With me, I'm going to agree with Mark on that one. Don't tread
Of
on
course.
me.
But Mike Tyler's the tiebreaker, so we're fucked.
Yeah, Mike.
I already said Lucretia
We're
already.
fucked.
If y'all didn't read it, put it up there and let me find it. There we go. Just to know that I wasn't lying.
That's
There
right.
And he also wants you to leave King Diamond alone.
Fuck off, Metal Mike.
I'm actually with you on King Diamond, man. I can't fucking stand his voice. The
There's
music is really
great
good.
musicians on Merciful Fate and theKing Diamond albums.
Well,
I have listened to them. I listen to Ghost. I listen to Slayer. I've listened to multiple tracks. I'm
not with you on the Slayer thing, but
I don't like the vocals, man.
Sometimes it's an acquired taste. Takes some time.
It is.
I love those early Merciful Fate
albums. You gotta respect them either way.
I tried.
I mean, he's a legend.
I tried. I wanted to be part of the cool kids, but I can't make it because I ain't cool enough to like it.
Well, you like Night Ranger, so there you go.
I love Night Ranger.
Oh my God, I'm going to get him on this, man.
Jack Blades is a golden god.
I am a golden god.
When they didn't have Jack Blades on that Feed It Mojo album is fucking horrible. Even the band members that said Jack Blades is the best member we could ever have. He does everything. Yeah, motherfuckers. He fucking rules. Okay, go ahead.
I never even heard that album you just mentioned.
What album?
Same here. So where are we now? What's going on, Andy?
Hold on. We're on track 7. We're about to start track 7.
Sorry, I'm making your show funny. Sorry, Andy.
With Through
fucking funny.
With Through the Never versus Tornado of Souls.
Wait. What's the song going up against the song that's going to beat it?
I already made up my mind.
Okay.
Through the Never against what?
Through the Never versus Tornado of Souls.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I love Tornado of Souls. That song rules. I gotta go Through the Never, man.
Oh my God.
It's just but I have Rest in Peace on my phone for my CD from it. I have the Black Album for my phone.
Yeah, I keep on forgetting.
And I've listened to them. But I keep going back to Metallica Black Album more than I do Rust in Peace. I think it's because Dave's voice, it's like that dude from Oasis. I can only handle him in small doses. But Megadeth kicks Oasis's ass. Sorry, Charles. But I'm just saying that. I can listen to more Megadeth in larger doses than I can Oasis. But that's why I pick more Metallica.
Interesting.
I love harmony, okay?
All right, so Mark's going with Through the Never.
All right, Through the Never. I'm going to start sounding a little redundant here. One of the better songs from the Black Album.
I'm going to walk out now.
It's a good tune. I like the riff. It's simple enough, but, it's a catchy enough tune. It's a nice, like, metal tune. I like it. Not bad. But fucking Tornado of Souls, are you fucking kidding me? This is the goddamn best song on the album. It's the goddamn best song on the goddamn best Megadeth album, which I think is the third goddamn best thrash album of all time after Ride the Lightning. I'll give Metallica credit. I think Ride the Lightning is the best thrash album of all time. So there you go, Mark.
Me too.
There you go. The two best Metallica albums are Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning. I don't know why. Maybe there was a guy named Dave Mustaine.
I agree. No. I put Master above those two. No. I put Killer, then Master, then Ride the Lightning.
Master's overrated.
Master's great.
No, Master's not fucking overrated. It's the best instrumental of all time. Ryan, dude.
Ride the Lightning is like Master of Puppets.
The tone of those guitars on Ride the Lightning and James Hetfield's fucking cadence and the way his voice sounds, he never sounded like that again.
Yep.
Ride the Lightning.
Master's like a cleaner, restrained Ride the Lightning.
It's like the Pretty Sister, where Ride the Lightning is like the little whore that's dirty. We'll do anything.
Master of Puppets, dude.
It's a great album.
Ryan, the thing that should never be. My God. That album was perfect.
That's the thing. It's a little too perfect. Ride's got that edge. It's got that dirty edge.
You and your edge. So does Master, man. That thing sounded like Master.
Master's the refined.
Even Metal Mike is agreeing with me on this one. Master is his favorite Metallica.
He's gonna realize Metal Mike is gonna, even though it's his favorite album of all time, he's gonna be down in the gutter one day, looking up at the sky and going, "I'm wrong. It's Ride the Lightning."
Oh, fuck no! It's Master Puppets, man.
It will always be Master Puppets for me. I'll never.
And my second favorite thrash album of all time is actually Overkill, The Years of Decay.
Yeah, I fucking love them.
Awesome.
Dude, I just started getting into Overkill. They fucking rule.
The Years of Decay.
You're not so bad, Mark.
My favorite is Horoscope is a fucking master.
I'll tell you the truth.
For a long time was my favorite, but in recent years I've gone to The Years of Decay. But Horoscope,
man, oh my god,
they're both amazing. Both those albums.
You guys both hate Eddie Trunk, but Eddie Trunk got me into that one album, the Armory one. What was that Armory one?
Oh,
White Devil Armory. Yeah, White Devil Armory.
Awesome album.
I listened to that, and I went back, and Metal Mike gave me the discography. Thank you, Metal Mike. That fucking rule, dude.
Oh, yeah, cool.
There's not a bad Overkill album.
No, they're all fucking awesome.
Same thing with Motorhead, dude.
Even they changed in the 90s, but they changed more metal. They did like 4 different styles of metal, and they got even new metal tinges with this album From the Underground and Below. There's a couple like really like alarm clock riffs in there. There's some the album after that is fucking great, like because they stayed hungry. That band never fucking made it to where they could just rest on their laurels and pump out a Risk or a fucking Load.
Yeah, I love Necroshine. I love
Necroshine.
Yeah, that's right there. That Rose a great album too. If that fucking bass pumping.
Oh my god, underrated.
Yeah, fucking badass. So there, so obviously Overkill's the winner here, but but I think the third greatest thrash album of all time is this one, Rust in Peace. And Tornado of Souls is my favorite song on the album, and that's saying a lot because I love all these fucking songs. Yep. It's fucking amazing. Into the guitar riffage, and a lot of people talk about Friedman's solo and what he's doing, and they should because it's fucking awesome. It's his greatest guitar solo. The guitar playing between Dave and him, amazing. The whole band, such a badass tune. Tornado of Souls is Tornado of Science. It's fucking rules.
Who's proved this science?
And for you people that are out there watching this and are not familiar with Megadeth, this was the first album that they did with Marty Friedman and with Nick Maenza.
And they never did an album that sounded like it again.
No, I agree with that. I love Megadeth. I'm just more of a Metallica fan.
Hey, listen, I'll say this for Megadeth. This is the problem. After they did this fucking awesome album that was so much better than a fucking Black Album, Dave, because he was thinking wrong, he was thinking about record sales, not who was fucking better. They were clearly better than Metallica, but all he knew is that Metallica was selling more and were bigger, so he started fucking chasing them for about 10 years or so there. And he should have just fucking not cared about Metallica and been like, we're better.
Dave Mustaine not care about Metallica? What fucking universe?
It's his Achilles heel. It's his Achilles heel. He's sitting there in their fucking documentary.
You're getting a great show, Andy.
I'm like, Dave, don't cry like a bitch in the Metallica documentary. Be cool. Be cool.
And we talked about this earlier about the way that Dave Mustaine acts. He's the leader of a world-renowned band.
He is. I mean, shut the fuck up. Make your band better.
Thrash fan of all time. Yeah, he's got mental issues. We can all.
They are my second best.
Well, look, when you are fucking raised by a psychopath for a dad and a fucking God-fearing mother, and you're being pulled down the street with fucking pliers by your ears, you're gonna have some fucking issues. You know what I mean? And
that's why you like Korn. Yeah, I get it.
That's exactly why I love Korn.
That's the thing that James and Dave had in common. They both had similar backgrounds. They were battling as the alphas in the band, and
and that's what makes. See, that's the thing about Dave Mustaine is like a lot of us hardcore Megadeth fans. We almost look at Dave, and I was telling Chuck Charles this, and
I love that guy.
Basically, that I noticed, I had a fucked up background of foster care, all that kind of shit. So when I discovered Dave Mustaine, it was almost like a father figure to me, to a little 12-year-old, 11-year-old. You know what I mean? So as you get older, you follow everything Dave Mustaine says. You believe his bullshit like 100% because my pops wouldn't lie to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the older you get and you can step back from that, you see like, oh, well, Dave Mustaine's full of shit on this, on that, on this, on that, on this. And he's just a fucked up person, man. But that's what is enduring to him, to a lot of his fans. And that's why people still stick with Megadeth, even though it's a totally biased thing. But hopefully when you get older and you get out of that mind state, you're able to separate the shit and be like, okay, I love Megadeth, but this is clearly better than fucking Megadeth. And now we get to my choice. And I got to go Metallica on this.
Wow.
That was a curveball.
I am so surprised. I did not see that.
I did not expect that one.
I never.
Hey, Mike Tyler, shut up.
I never liked this song since I was 12 years old. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know.
I want songs on the album.
I want to love it, man, because I know every Megadeth hardcore, this is their favorite shit, man, and I can't.
But I noticed you didn't like Hangar 18, so you're not like a big like guitar solo guy, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think the best part of the song is Marty's guitar solo, though. Like that's really the only part I like about the song, and I think I never liked it as a kid, but then when I was in a band in high school, my friends just sat around, and we were supposed to be making music, and we sat around in this hot ass garage in LA. And I had to listen to these two fucking guitar players try and play this goddamn song for 3 months in a row. It's all they would try and do is play Tornado of Souls. So that probably
affected
it. That I was like, I never want to hear this fucking song again.
Mike, you gotta have my back here. Mike, type
so
in
I'm going
Metallica.
Mike's going with Megadeth. Come on, we need this guy right here, Andy, to give us what he feels. But what can I say something real quick, Andy?
Yeah, of course.
What Scribble said about how he believed everything Dave said, I get that, man, because you were later than I was. Like, I hate to admit it, timeline. Fucking. That's what Neil Peart spoke to me with the song Subdivisions by Rush. Like I sent you the other day. Said, check out these lyrics, be cool or be cast out. I was always the cast out. I understood that song. Like, he spoke to me, so I get what you said about Dave Mustaine there. Cool, brother.
I really think that a lot of us music lovers have a songwriter or someone that we follow so closely that maybe not others understand why. Like me and Neil Young. I mean, I follow Neil Young too, almost to a T. I love his stuff, and because I believe that he talks to me personally.
Did you like his rockabilly stuff?
I've got a 1980s show that's coming out on Wednesday, and I will talk about that on Wednesday.
Okay, I didn't like the rockabilly, but I liked everything else he did.
But it doesn't even matter because I defended fucking Risk. For years, I defended Risk.
I like more songs off that than people think. So
I like Risk better than the Loads. So there you go. Yeah, I think they're more. Listen, Risk. It's kind of
I do too, but I'm not.
It's a weird, like Japanese experimental pop album. So it's different. I'll give it credit. It's not like obviously. I don't even know if it should be called Megadeth, but but it's an interesting
worst album cover ever.
It's a little like Alice Cooper's Blackout Period. It's just like a weird album. So I kind of respect it for being.
They had a song on there, I'm an outcast, where he's like doing a Bon Jovi. That's my favorite song in the whole book.
I kind of like that Dave, in a way, he dared to go poppier than Metallica would actually go. Like Metallica kind of stayed in a kind of safe alt rock, mid-tempo rock thing, where Dave would dare to go full on like gay techno pop. Like, I don't know. I feel that's more balling in a way.
A big thing for me, and still to this day, as a hardcore Megadeth fan, like I always hear like they don't like Dave Mustaine's voice, and I try to understand it but I've been listening to it for so long, and it's just what I'm used to. And, it's hard for me to like how do you not like his voice? It's perfect for like everything he does, with the exception of like a song here or there, But that's why Euthanasia to me, a lot of people hate that album, but that's my favorite Megadeth album.
Oh, I love that album.
I will say this. I was going to actually say that, Scribble, right before he said it. It's not my favorite Megadeth album, but I do think it's Dave's greatest singing.
Dude, that's the really only Megadeth album with a fucking groove, dude. It's Euthanasia.
It's a great album.
That
album I like
rules.
it better.
It's got groove. It's like Pantera groove metal, dude. I fucking love it.
Dude, and he's just wailing. I don't know if he got vocal lessons. He is wailing his fucking ass off.
Fuck yeah, that album rules. I bought that on day one,
performance
dude.
Ever on that album. He sounds great.
Yeah.
I great album.
I'm gonna give myself away. I like To Le Monde. Sorry.
I love it.
That's my least favorite song on the album, but it's I don't hate it. I didn't like that new version they did later on, although that's great.
Oh, that one did suck. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a weird song, so I kind of gave him credit. Like Metallica wouldn't do a weird French pop rock song like that.
Right.
So I just think Dave kind of thinks more out of the box. His shit's a little more interesting. And Euthanasia to me, that's so much better than the fucking Load albums, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So Andy, we didn't get your thoughts on this with the.
Yes, I was about to say it, but Tornado of Souls is my pick.
Wow.
Yeah, Andy, finally.
Well, you don't need a tiebreaker on that one. We already know what Metal Mike went on that one. So
Metal Mike went on that one too, but Tornado of Souls, it just sticks out to me as being one of the better tracks on this album. It's the guitar playing. It's just unbelievable. So that's why I chose that one.
You know, it sucked to pick against this album because I do love Rest in Peace. Just to let you guys know. So,
we know you're cool. We know you're
track number 9, Nothing Else Matters by Metallica against the one
Dawn Patrol.
Shut up.
Yeah, against Dawn Patrol.
Is that a Night Ranger cover?
I'm the only cover that did.
I'll take Megadeth on this one. I don't really care for Nothing Else Matters. It's kind of drudging and boring. We haven't done a review on Freeform Rock Podcast, but that might be coming because I like to say that word, drudging and boring. So I need to keep that in my head. All right, Edwin, what do you think?
Okay, well, you thought Scribble shocked everyone.
Oh, shit. Nah, bro.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh,
no.
Only because it's going up against Dawn Patrol. Which I like. I don't dislike Dawn Patrol. I think it's cool. Cool bass solo. It's essentially a bass solo, and Dave does some spoken word shit on it. It's cool.
Yeah. But this is the only track that Dave Mustaine has nothing to do with.
Yeah, it's cool bass solo. I like it. I don't have a problem with it. But now I know a lot of metalheads hate this fucking song. But I gotta tell you, maybe I'm a gay wad, but I think Nothing Else Matters. And Scribble had to get some distance here.
Hey, it's a good song, but it's not.
I think it's a
really
pretty song.
Metallica pretty? Do you want to hear a pretty Metallica song?
It's a very pretty song. It's very moving. I think James really was writing a love song about a woman he loved, and Lars decided to exploit it and make a lot of money off of it. Nothing wrong with that. You write a pretty love song. It's catchy. Why not make some fucking money off of it? And, they never actually did a song quite like this again. So that tells me it's not like these hair metal bands that kept knocking out ballad after ballad after ballad.
Brittany Fox?
I feel it's like going back to like Aerosmith in the 70s or something. Not 90s, like 70s. I think it's or early Dokken, like Alone Again. I feel like it's a ballad that actually...
Don't you dare compare this to Dokken.
Dokken rules.
I'm just saying, I don't consider it's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not as good as a Dokken ballad. Don't get me wrong. No way. But I think it's closer to that than say like a Poison ballad or like a.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think it's a Poison ballad.
I think it's an authentic love song. I think it's like a real love song. I don't think it's
forget you.
It's not one of my favorite songs on the album. Again, I'm only giving it the edge because Dawn Patrol is a bass fucking solo. But But
It's a pitch and bass solo, though.
It's a bass, yeah. But I like Nothing Else Matters. I think it's a pretty song. I don't hate it. And so far, I've been giving it to Megadeth so much that I'll give Metallica this one bone.
You called Metallica. They had a pretty song on your. Okay, that should say like fuck this song.
Well, it's a love song.
Why do I want pretty from Metallica?
A love song should be pretty.
That song, no.
The only real bad.
Pretty. That sounds like an insult to Metallica. That's just me, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty
they
song.
took the song to the bank, though. They took the song to the bank.
He wants to weigh in on
Enter
this.
Sandman was their biggest song off this album.
They
didn't need that pretty song.
Better than Enter Sandman. When they do that shit live, when they play Nothing Else Matters, and then they go into the Enter Sandman riff, I was like, okay, that's when I would go and let's beat the traffic.
Dude, a pretty Metallica song. I'm gonna just say it. Did Atu Le Monde wasn't a pretty fucking Megadeth
that's
song.
kind of a pretty song.
But it had a dark
better. Don't get me wrong. That's all. Even that fucking gay French song is better than Nothing Else Matters. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I love Nothing Else Matters. I'm just saying I don't hate it. I don't.
Well, I'm just questioning because it makes a better show for Andy. There you go.
Well, you can.
See, Mike agrees with me. That's better than a Poison ballad. There you go.
Well, that's a mighty low bar.
Don't forget you.
The thing about Nothing Else Matters is he did this and it was successful, and then he's like, "Let me write Mama Said."
Ooh.
And so.
We'll get the review on Mama Said. Is that on Load?
Yeah, that's Load.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we did a review of that with Eric Arnold P. Jordan from the Rock All Over You podcast.
Let's scribble talk. It's his turn.
Sorry.
This is a really weird song for me, and I'm gonna be real honest right now. I gotta go Metallica on this.
Oh!
Well, we got Mike's vote on this one, but Andy's like the deciding vote now.
I love Dawn Patrol, but again, it's not a real song. It's like the intro to Rust in Peace, you know. But this is weird for me though, because I'm totally biased with this, because as a kid, once I got put into foster care and then I moved to California to live with my grandparents, I would listen. I was 11 years old, and I would listen to this song on repeat when I went to sleep, and I would cry and fall asleep to the song. And I don't know why, but I still hear it and it still makes me emotional. And I know that
it has that sound to it.
It has that thing to it, you know, and it's a song that I remember my dad really loved the Black Album. So it's like I connect it with that time of my life when I was with my parents and stuff like that. So I'm totally biased on this. I mean, I think, you know, the fact that Dawn Patrol is just not even a song is just really easy for me to be like, Nothing Else Matters. And I don't even listen to the song because it makes me depressed. But at least I have some sort of emotional connection to it. So
there you go. We got feelings, Mark. Sorry, we're not all cool, heavy metal guys like you are.
Like I ain't heavy metal. I'm fucking rock. I like rock. I like some hip hop.
I'm having a laugh.
Okay, we'll have a laugh. I'm just telling people I like a lot of new wave. But you're Mr. Alternative though, Eddie. So
I like all kinds of things. I don't put me in a fucking box.
Eddie, can I ask you just real quick? Have you heard the band Everclear? Do you remember them?
I remember them. I only know like their hits.
Oh, okay. Okay, I just wanted to see because I know Mark is done with Everclear. I love them.
All their albums are good, dude. Art Alexis is a genius.
You want to talk about an emotional songwriter, dude? That guy.
Oh God, Art is amazing, dude.
I'll check him out. Is there like
they did a horrible cover of Rock and Roll All Night?
Album the best, or do they have like?
Sparkle and Fade is probably the best album, and then the next album is probably the best, which is So Much for the Afterglow.
I like So Much for the Afterglow. That song, the title track,
That's the one that had all the big hits other than like Santa Monica. So Much for the Afterglow had like I Will Buy You a New Life.
But the deep tracks on that album are fucking amazing.
I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I like only know their hits, and they're a band like I kind of associated them with a lot of the late '90s and ska, even though they weren't a ska band. So they kind of got lost in that shuffle of music I didn't like.
Right.
I'll give them a shot. I'll give them a
But
listen.
songs from a movie, Volumes 1 and Volumes 2 are fucking amazing too.
Great.
Fucking great albums, dude. Okay, sorry, Andy.
So there you go. I guess, Mark, you weren't expecting us to go for the fucking.
No, nothing else matters. I'm like, going, this is boring, and yeah, like you said, Edwin, a pretty song. I don't want Metallica being pretty.
Andy, what were you saying?
Yeah, where are you going, Andy?
Oh no, I was just saying that I really do like Everclear. I've seen him a couple of times, and I was able to talk to Art as well. That kind of I'm always nervous about, but I was able to talk to him for like real briefly. But that was pretty cool though. But I'm gonna go with Nothing Else Matters as well.
Ooh.
So poor Mike all alone in his Dawn.
Me and Mike.
Oh, that's right, Mark. You went with Dawn Patrol.
Yeah, Mike won.
Mike, you're siding with Mark.
I know. The world is ended. No, Mike sides with a lot of shit we like together. That we make fun of Bushy more than him. So,
but we are down to the last track. Even though there's already a clear-cut winner for this album already. But the last track, since we're not going to do the last three, Mike, because, of course, Rust in Peace stops at 9. So we're not going to do
because Dave Mustaine was lazy.
Yeah, he's lazy.
Or he knows how to have a nice
coming up with all these new riffs and solos that... But the last songs we're going to do today is going to be Wolf and Man against Rust in Peace.
Wolf and Man, I love that fucking song. The killer groove going on. You know, I love the Megadeth album. I get, but I like groove and harmonies. And Metallica has more of that in spades than Megadeth. That's why I probably can't get into Slayer or King Diamond, because there's no harmonies or a groove for me. You know?
Have you heard the Megadeth album, The System Has Failed?
I love that album.
That's pretty groovy and a lot of.
Oh, it is. They have a couple groovy albums. That's the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good melodies on that album too.
I love this. I own it. I have it over here. Yeah. Great album. I love 13. 13's a great album too.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's a great album. That's what I think. I picked Metallica.
All right. What about you, Edwin? Which way are you going to go on this one?
Okay, this is a close one. This one's a close one. Of Wolf and Man is
fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'd say it's my second favorite song on the Black Album. It's tough. I really love Rust in Peace too. Oh, it's a really tough one. It's a tough one. I feel like I'm gonna give a slight edge. I mean, I already know Megadeth's winning, so I feel I can do this. I'm gonna give it to Metallica.
Wow.
Yeah, yes. Wolfman, when it comes in, it's just so heavy. And it's the shift. I love that shit. And I like werewolves. Werewolves are badass.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear Dio do this.
American Werewolf in London, The Howling 1, 2, and 3.
It makes me think of The Howling. It's just kind of cool. It's just a cool.
Yeah, it's almost like this is almost a Megadeth song. This is something Dave Mustaine would write about.
I know. I could hear, Megadeth. Yeah, I could totally hear them doing this song.
Maybe Dave Mustaine did write it.
He probably did.
He says he writes most of the Metallica songs.
But, Rust in Peace, actually, I think it's like one of the first songs he ever wrote. It's like an older song.
Yeah, he wrote it when he was 16.
You can kind of hear it's a little simpler than the other shit on the album, but it is great, and it's a great way to end the album. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Wolf Man. I think it has a slight edge. I really love that groove. It's mid-tempo, but it's heavy. It has really hits you hard, and I dig it. I dig that song. My second favorite song from the Black Album. So there you go. Sorry, Mike Tyler.
We're gonna go scribble on the last track we're gonna talk about.
I spread disease like a dog. Discharge my bellow. I mean, come on, bro. It's fucking Megadeth all day. Rest in peace. This is probably one of my all-time favorite Megadeth songs. It's a little repetitive, but I love it so much that I don't care. Unlike everything Metallica has done like the last 10 years. where it's just like too much repetitiveness and just fucking stick to the riff. Love you, Mark.
Yeah, I love Death Magnetic, and I love the last Hardwire.
You're insane. Death Magnetic is fucking horrible.
Well, the recording is, but if you get the good version from like the Rockstar or whatever,
they needed to cut all those songs in half.
No.
Yes.
The day that never comes rules.
I do love that. Oh, sorry, Andy.
Oh, well, that's what's great about Death Magnetic is that they stretched out the tracks.
Yeah, they went back to like longer songs.
Epics.
They went away with that with Load, Reload, and the Black Album.
They forced those longer songs.
No, they did it. They had Robert Trujillo in the band, dude. That guy's a fucking rock god. Suicidal Tendencies. He's a fucking rock god, dude.
What Scribble says, it does sound a little forced. It doesn't flow like the earlier albums.
But
it's not like when you listen to fucking The Master of Puppets and it's fucking kind of repetitive, but you want more of it. It's like you want it to never end.
Yeah.
Metallica, but Death Magnetic, I'm like, please fucking end.
No, man.
But I will say, Of Wolf and Man.
The fire back on that album. The production was horrible, but Rick Rubin.
Like Scribble say what he was going to say about Wolf and Man.
Sorry.
Of Wolf and Man is my favorite album from the Black Album. I mean, my favorite song from the Black Album.
Right on.
And unfortunately, Rust in Peace is my favorite song from Rust in Peace. So that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
You did a pretty good Dave Mustaine, I got to say, when you were doing those vocals.
That's a lot of practice.
So Andy, what do you think?
My pick here is I'm going to put my stamp on this, and for me, this album, Rust in Peace, won for me because my last pick is going to be Rust in Peace, Polaris. I've never been a fan of Wolf and Man at all. For some reason, it just goes nowhere for me. But
well, not to mention the song Rust in Peace is from the point of view of a goddamn nuclear missile. Who does that? Someone on crack and lots of heroin. That's who does.
So
same Mike Tyler. I like the first one, but I'm not impressed with the last two.
With the last two,
I like the first two, not impressed with the third one.
I like them all.
Mark likes everything.
Yeah, the last
I like change, man. Rush is my favorite band. They progress. Different eras.
Okay, we're ending it here. Let me just say something. I feel sorry for Metallica because Of Wolf and Man's my second favorite song from the Black Album, but we're not even getting to my favorite song, which is The God That Failed.
Yeah,
it's easily my favorite song from the Black Album.
That's my second favorite song from the Black Album. So
yeah, that's like the best part of the Black Album. Those two songs.
Yeah,
and The God That Failed. It's such a badass fucking tune. I love that song. So, and it's not even competing. So
I know.
Sorry, Metallica, you shouldn't have filled up your album with a bunch of filler, or else this could have.
There was no bonus tracks. I put bonus tracks for the Cars album.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Even though I do like that track from Hidden Treasures, it's a good song. That's a bonus. It's still it wouldn't have beat The God That Failed. The God That Failed is fucking awesome. I love that fucking song. That probably would have beat. That's probably the only song in the Black Album that might have beat half the songs of Rust in Peace. Yeah,
and I know what you did with the Cars. You put the bonus tracks, but they didn't even. I mean,
the first album still beat Candio by a millipoint. It's like damn, it was really close. It was even with the bonus tracks from the original album. The original album beat Candio, which I like Candio better, anyways. But it was cool because both albums are great. But it was that close, even with bonus demo tracks from the Cars first album. The Cars first album still beat Candio.
Well, just to say, even with The God That Failed, if we counted it, it would help a little bit, but still not enough that, I mean, Rust in Peace would still fucking slaughter the Black Album. Don't get me wrong. There's two different classes of albums. They're just not, sorry. Black Album would have beat Countdown, actually, I think. They're close.
Not for me, but.
It wouldn't beat Euthanasia, but I don't know. Countdown, I'm a little half and half on Countdown. I think you like it better than me. Scribble. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like some of the songs, but
Countdown was my first Megadeth album. So although I hate Symphony of Destruction at this point, and I never want to fucking hear that goddamn song ever again.
I love that song.
Songs like Psychotron and fucking
High Speed Dirt.
Captive Honor, where it's about prison rape. That's you better belong to Jesus because your ass belong to me. I just love that shit. But yeah, I mean, Countdown is definitely not one of my favorite Megadeth albums at this point in my life, though.
I like Skin in My Teeth, and I like Sweating Bullets.
Architecture of Aggression is great.
Yeah,
nobody likes High Speed Dirt. I like that fucking.
I like High Speed Dirt.
Rhythm.
It's all right. It's definitely not one of the Megadeth albums I go back to a lot.
Oh, that's the album that got me into Megadeth. So I went
a lot of people. I think isn't that their biggest album?
My three are Killing Is My Business, Euthanasia, and System Has Failed.
They're all great albums. I'd go with Rust, Peace Cells, and Killing Is My Business.
Well, I go with Rust, Peace Cells, and Euthanasia.
I would go with Rust and Peace Cells and Killing Is My Business.
There you go.
Because they were so raw. You just didn't know they were going to be going.
Is that the album with Anarchy in the UK?
That's so Killing Is My Business, but that first one's still my favorite. That first mix is so raw and nasty.
Oh yeah, me too, dude. I fucking love it. I mean, you could smell the fucking sweat and the heroin and the fucking cocaine. Like you could just feel that shit when you listen to it.
I want y'all's top three for Metallica. I've got Masters, Justice for All, and Ride the Lightning are my top three.
Mine is Kill 'Em All, Master, and Ride the Lightning.
Mine's Ride, Kill, Master.
I don't even do first three.
Yeah, first three.
Ride the Lightning is my number one, then Kill 'Em All, then Master.
Yes, the same as me. Yeah.
Okay.
Kill 'Em All is the best for me.
Metallica is definitely Metallica came on strong. There's no question about it. If we're just talking about those first four albums, they were amazing. They were the top thrash band. But after that, in terms of consistency, they wouldn't even break my top five.
Best overtook them in the 90s.
Overkill took them in the 90s. I think some of the later stuff, even by Exodus and Testament, stronger. Death Angel, Megadeth, I think is stronger. I love 80s Slayer. I'm not so into their later stuff.
I'm reversed.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like and I told Mark this, I don't like when Slayer go 1,000 miles a second. I'm not into super speed unless it's done Megadeth style. But
my favorite's Show No Mercy. I liked when they had that weird new wave of British heavy metal influence.
I do like a lot of their songs from those early albums. As an album all the way through, I become a Slayer fan at South of Heaven and then up.
I love that album though. South of Heaven's awesome.
South of Heaven, Seasons in the Abyss, fucking Diablos and Musica, God Hates Us All. That's my Slayer.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy.
I will. God damn it.
Do you like Testament at all?
I like Testament. I'm more of an Overkill guy, but I do love me some Testament too.
Oh, I like some Testament. Metal Mike sent me a lot of Testament.
And I like Exodus, but I like 2004 and up Exodus. It's really weird. I don't know.
I like all Exodus.
Yeah. But yeah, I like all their stuff. I think Exodus. They're a band I got into a little bit later on, but they're up there for me. I really like them a lot. But
I do need to admit, Exodus is a band that I do need to get into because I really
Corrosion of Conformity. Everybody should get.
Everyone shits on Anthrax, and they shouldn't be in the top four, the big four. I mean, I get why they are, but in a weird way, these days I feel like Anthrax is a little underrated. In the way, especially their 80s stuff. There's a lot of good shit.
Really good.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Spreading the Disease. That's one of the fucking best metal albums ever, in my opinion.
I don't like the Neil Turbin guy.
You can't get into it. Not even like Persistence of Time. You don't like that?
I like all Anthrax except for the first album.
I like all their stuff.
I don't like the Neil Turbin album where he sang.
Oh, I love that. That's so heavy.
Oh, I don't like that album. What is it? What is that album?
Fistful of Metal. It's awesome.
I hate that fucking album.
That's the only Anthrax 80s album I like is Fistful of Metal.
It's badass.
I hate that album.
No, I like it.
And then from there, I like Sound of White Noise and all the John Bush shit. Like,
You don't like Joey Belladonna, you can't get into it.
You don't like Be All End All?
He's the guy that you either like him or you don't.
Yeah,
I like both of them. I love Joey, but Bush was my Anthrax.
I like Bush. I like him better in Armored Saint. I think his voice.
I like him better in anything he does.
But
anything he does is gold for me.
Mike thinks spreading the disease rules. There you go.
Among the living. I love Among the Living.
Anthrax are too fucking goofy for me, man. I don't need happy.
Yeah. You're just going to when they did Public Enemy shit. Where they
no, I'm not.
I like the goofiness. I thought it made them a little different.
They're fucking comic book nerds, and that's okay in real life, but not in my fucking grasp.
Don't look at the visuals. Listen to the music.
I'm telling you, the music has mad.
You don't like Indians. You don't like Craft.
Oh my God, that's the worst song ever.
I don't like it.
That's why I brought it. You don't like Be All End All?
No,
I like that.
Oh, you don't like
I like
Keep It
that
in the
album.
Family?
I like State of Euphoria. It's probably my second favorite of theirs. I really like it.
And I probably should watch what I say because my uncle works for Anthrax. I fucking hate him.
Hey, get us some interviews. Hey,
a lot of people do. A lot of
Scribble.
metalheads hate Anthrax. Yeah. I get it. They're kind of like, it's like Mark, you're saying like some people, make fun of you or the outcast. It's kind of like Anthrax. They're like the nerds of the thrash community.
Yeah, but if we just take it, they were ugly. They were stupid looking back then in those videos with those fucking long fucking surfer shorts. But the thing is, take away the visuals, they made good music, man. It wasn't bad.
Before I'd ever seen what Anthrax looked like, I heard them.
Oh.
And I knew immediately what they looked like by hearing what they sounded like. And I was a fucking, and Mark, maybe you can relate to this, I don't know, but I was a fucking angry ass kid. Like I went through a lot of shit. So when I went to the metal, like that was a release for me. I didn't realize it at the time. It's something you look back on, you know what I mean? And I think Anthrax for me, it just sounded too goofy. It sounded too happy. It sounded too,
that riff into Be All End All, dude, that was
hatred and aggression.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Listen to Be All End All. Check that song out, dude. That's just like.
Although I tell you, Metallica, Overkill, and Megadeth in the '80s definitely owned Anthrax. There's no question.
They did.
Yeah, they did. But Anthrax really got better in the '90s and 2000s, and they've made some really good. Their last.
Well, that depends on the Anthrax fan you're talking to, right?
Yeah.
I like the last two albums. I like the Kings one and the fucking one with.
I like some songs on them, but overall, I think it's consider either like a home run. They have good songs on them,
but the new Armored Saint last two albums.
Yeah, Armored Saint very
kicked their ass.
Armored Saint never put out a bad album ever.
No,
give me Nuclear Assault, please.
I love me some Bush, man. Bush all the way.
All right, guys.
All right.
Well, of course.
So what's the final verdict, Andy? Looking at the numbers here,
the final verdict. I've been going through these numbers and carrying the 3 and carrying the 4, and coming up with Rust in Peace.
Boo!
Yeah.
Even though Mark did a Black Album.
There's more songs that we didn't get to cover, like The God That Failed. Come on, man, that's not fair.
It's still a loss. Even with that great song, it could have lost.
Edwin, man, it's me and you, buddy. Me, you, and Mike, bro. That's what made it happen.
We made it happen.
So thanks a lot, you guys, for being here, and thanks a lot, Metal Mike, for being a part of the show, and thank you for your comments. I'm really glad that you were on here because it was like you were on here with us. So we appreciate your input and your votes. Thank you very much, Mark. Speaking of thanking Mark, tomorrow I'll be on the BS sessions with Mark, Jerry, and
I'm the biggest fan of the BS sessions that exist. So
it's fantastic.
Wow.
I love it.
I know he keeps saying, "What's the next show, man? I'm feeding for it, man."
And we'll be doing top 11 of 1982.
Yeah,
so,
the whole year, every song for 1982.
All genres. They can pick
all
any genre they want.
All genres.
All genres.
Wow, that sounds
Dunk
good.
is gonna pick nothing but new wave.
Might be me.
Can I TiVo that?
Of rock, pop, and country in mine.
Oh, I don't got any country.
I do.
I don't. I know. Christopher Cross have anything out in 1982?
Oh
Jerry,
my God.
He was an 80s.
Jerry loves Christopher Cross, but okay.
And Edwin, thank you so much for being on. Once again, I really like it when you do these vinyl battles with us. And Scribble, thanks a lot for saying yes and for your first time being on here.
Thanks for having me on, bro. I love the show.
I really hope that you're on here more.
I support all you motherfuckers, man. Like even if like there's a freeform episode or a Rock All Over You episode that I'm not necessarily interested in, I'll still download that motherfucker just to give you the number.
Wow, thank you, Scribble.
Well,
we'll get you on one of our shows in the future.
I'm down.
Yeah,
even if the episode is like something like
I have to confront Eric on his irrational Limp Bizkit hatred.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like I got Eric's. This is a timeline thing, you know. Although Eric's both of us, so. But Eric, even though Eric's young, he has like got an old soul.
He's my age.
He's got. Are you 29, 30? How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, so you're exactly the same age.
Yeah,
but Eric's got an old soul. So
because of his parents.
His taste is closer to his taste is closer to Ralph Vieira. He's got like 50 something. You know,
right.
Which is awesome. You know, he's an old school metal guy.
Yeah, see, but I feel like I'm in between that. You know what I mean? Because I love all the old school shit because of my grandparents, and my grandpa got me into all the classic rock and the classic metal and shit like that. But then I'm also a product of my time where I discovered Limp Bizkit and Korn at 10 years old.
Yeah,
and it was.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I like Mark calls me like Mr. Alternative, because I was in junior high and high school in the early 90s. It was like right when I was getting music. So all that Seattle stuff, Smashing Pumpkins, Alice in Chains, all that kind of stuff. I'm Sonic Youth. I'm into a lot of that stuff in addition to metal and thrash too.
That's funny because that's the exact shit I hated because I'm from the Pacific Northwest originally as a kid. I'm from Oregon.
Yeah, so you just heard too much of that shit.
My older sisters were fucking always Sonic Youth and Nirvana and all this shit, and I just hate it. But now I love a lot of that shit.
Man,
Sonic Youth kicks Nirvana's ass. I'm sorry.
I like Nirvana. I mean, I like both bands, but I will give Sonic Youth the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Sonic Youth that.
Well, yeah, because Nirvana for me only have Nevermind and Bleach, and then Sonic Youth have like a bunch of shit that I really like.
It's like, well, one of my friends or ex-friends, I don't know. He says that Kurt Cobain is one of the best guitarists of all time, and me and Vincent Kavanaugh are laughing at him. But okay,
he was a great songwriter.
Songwriter-wise, I think you could make it
songwriter.
But a guitar player, no.
No, not really. Like he was serviceable. He did what he needed to do, but that was it.
I mean, it matched the music. Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. Not everything has to be, guitar solos galore.
Yeah, but that wasn't his type of music, though. It wasn't. I mean, they weren't even like Pearl Jam, because Pearl Jam was more classic rock, where they did a lot of guitar soloing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were more like traditionally classic rock. Nirvana was closer to punk.
I never considered Pearl Jam grunge.
They really weren't. They were just.
I never out when they came out.
I never considered Pearl Jam good.
Soundgarden was more of the grungiest of those metal bands.
Yeah, I hear that more as metal. Like them and Alice in Chains remind me more of
listen to Soundgarden's Louder Than Love album. That's
they were. Let me tell you something. At the time, like in 1991. Soundgarden and Alice in Chains were considered metal. They were on Headbangers Ball. Yeah. That's because just the way they were marketed. And
Megadeth took them out on Clash of the Titans. Took out Alice in Chains.
Yeah, exactly. They were considered. It was like a new flavor of metal, but they were considered. Grunge was considered metal. It was like a new flavor. Even Nirvana was on Headbangers Ball at first. I'm
sure the media came in and gave it a name and fucking marketed it and all that.
Market it, and then they made it like grunge versus 80s metal. But that some acts like Guns N' Roses played into that a bit. But that was more of a marketing thing. They were just another form of metal.
All those bands in the 80s tried to do something new and try to sell to the younger crowds and say, hey, look,
And they all bombed for the most part. Fucking
yeah, they all failed.
Yeah.
But they got their fans back when they released albums that were more their type of music, when they went back to their, of who they are. That's important. It's to always play who you are and not to play for the flavor of the month, because you will lose your crowd.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna get you on one of our shows, Scribble. It's great. Well, the next couple months, we'll hit you up.
Yeah, Scribble's awesome, man. He's like refusing to come on a couple shows. I thought he would do 1982, but I guess not.
Well, I thought about it, but I'm like, so I looked up shit from 1982. I'm like, I never heard most of this shit. So
there's lots of good shit from 1982. That was a hard list.
I'm gonna have to sit here and listen to a bunch of shit from 1982.
Well, 83, you would have liked it better because you got fucking Armored Saint and fucking
Slayer,
Metallica, yeah.
Run DMC.
Yeah,
because Run DMC ain't even out till 83, 84.
Right.
Yeah.
But I used to have African Bambaataa and the Zulu Nation.
No,
wasn't Blondie out in 1982 with Rapture? Did they come out early?
Oh, stop it! She was not the first rapper.
But they had Fab Five Freddy, man. Come on.
I think that's 81. It's actually earlier.
81, yeah. See, there was something there.
But there was 10 years of hip hop before that with Melly Mel and Grandmaster Flash. And
well, you could have picked them. They came out and stuff, didn't they?
Okay, I'm just getting on the Blondie thing. Okay.
Blondie had a little rap and everyone went crazy about it.
I know that's I'm kind of being sarcastic about that Blondie being a pop song. So it's more pop.
Yeah,
it was like Vanilla Ice. All right, Scribble.
Don't get me started.
I know your trigger points.
All right, so I will be on there with Mark tomorrow. And what do you got going on here, Edwin? Anything coming up down the pipeline?
We got a bunch of Eric. His computer is having issues right now, so unfortunately, that's we're a little on hiatus right now. We got a bunch of great episodes in the bag. I don't want to reveal what they are. We do have a guitarist from one of his favorite bands that we did an interview with. So that in itself is kind of a tell if you know Eric, because it's like one of his all-time favorite bands. And so we have that interview coming up. That's going to be the next one once his computer's working. We got another cool guest, and it's a very big show. It is Kiss related, so it's very big. And we even got, and then we got a whole bunch of curveballs. We got 2 curveballs. Actually, someone that frequents this show a lot, Al. We got a show with Al, and we got another great show with another member.
I know what the show is with Al. He told me.
Yeah, you know that one. I don't want to reveal too much, but
I'm not going to say what it is.
Yeah, we got. It's cool. It's a 80s band. So we got most of the shit's 80s stuff that we're going to be talking about the next couple episodes. The Kiss albums, late 70s, or albums, late 70s, but everything else is 80s related. Okay. So that's going to be the next month or so. We're taking a break. Eric's going to fix his computer problem. In the meantime, I'm doing my videos. I'll probably do another YouTube video or something. It's just my name. It's just Edwin Canestracci. So if you put Edwin Cann, then the algorithm will start spelling my name.
Are you Italian? That's an Italian name, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Italiano brother.
Love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a WAP. And the algorithm will figure it out after the second N. The second N, it's who else is it? It's gotta be me. Edwin Canestracci. Yeah, it's Canestracci.
And thank you so much. And what do you got going on, Scribble?
As we mentioned earlier, I got a new podcast with my homeboy Mad Max, who's an underground legend. We talk about all things underground hip hop. None of this fucking bullshit that you think of when you think of hip hop. It's all old school. It's all old school. It's all if it ain't old school, it's underground with real spitters and people who can actually rap. On the music side, I'm just working on my new album, Hit 'Em with the Death Blow. I'm dropping a lot of singles. And I'm actually working with an actor by the name of Jamie Kennedy, if you guys know who that is.
And Jamie Kennedy Experiment?
We're doing a song.
The first screen?
For his new movie that he's producing.
I love that dude.
So that's what I'm working on, dropping singles, new single every month. So check it out.
Awesome.
What was the name
That
of that
sounds cool.
movie that he had a coma and he came back and he thought breakdancing was still in? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I know his big ones. He's known for Scream and Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
It's a
that one.
fucking classic.
Oh, yeah.
Malibu Tay. When I say Mally, y'all say boo. Mally, boo.
Well, in the first Scream movie, he was the horror expert, right?
Yep.
Yep.
For Scream, and then he did the horrible fucking Mask 2.
Yeah, that was
And
bad.
then they killed him off. Spoiler alert.
Bad.
Now, the Ghetto Boys are one of my favorite rap bands of all time.
Ghetto Boys are awesome. Yeah, I love Austin Scribble. I'm a big hip hop fan, so I'm gonna, especially that old school shit from the '90s.
Yeah.
Or like newer guys that sound like the old school shit, like a big Conway the Machine fan.
Okay, yeah. That's underground shit right there.
Yeah. So I'll definitely check that. I got the link of your show. And I'm definitely, like I told you, I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Dope. I appreciate
it. It's a good show, man. I don't even know what half the shit they're talking about, but their chemistry just keeps me going because they're passionate about what they're talking about. It makes me want to say, hey, let me go check this shit out.
Well, that's what you need for a good podcast. You know what I mean? Like all of our favorite podcasts in this group, I'm sure, are people with that same dynamic. Obviously, Rock and Metal Combat Podcast, and it's the reason I love your guys' podcast. You know what I mean? Because even if it's something I'm not necessarily interested in, I'll still fucking listen because, like, I like the dynamic. I like, people who are passionate about shit. So.
Awesome. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, and definitely. I'm going to listen to your the latest episode, probably not tonight, but probably tomorrow night, sometime this weekend. I'm going to check it out.
Bonus episode up.
Yeah, I'm going to check all that shit out. I'm going to do the deep dive.
Appreciate that.
It's good stuff, man. I learned a lot of stuff I still don't know about. But it's
the other one.
And next Wednesday here on Black Spinner Circle, it's going to be me and William Toth. We are going to be doing a review of Neil Young 1980 albums. So that whole decade 1980s is all going to be about Neil Young. We did 70s and we're trying to do every decade. So we're going to be doing that one.
That'll be cool.
Yeah,
I'll check that out. I don't know too much about. I love his 80s, his 70s stuff, but I don't know much about his 80s stuff. So I'll check that out.
80s, he takes.
I know like the early 80s a bit, but not so much about the mid and late 80s.
And Andy, that's why I've been meaning to message you and tell you, Andy, that I've been deep diving all these episodes on your YouTube, and it's cool because you're into a lot. You're into a lot of shit, man. A lot of different shit. A lot of it I know. I've heard of this, but I've never listened to it. So I've been listening to like a lot of shit that you talk about, and then I go. So like I'll go and I'll look up the artist that you're talking about, and then I'll listen to the podcast and try and get more of a vibe from it. So it's a great show, man. Keep doing it. It's very entertaining.
Great, thank you very much. That really means a lot. All this stuff that we all talk about. I mean, I learned so much from everyone that I've ever had on here, and I'm really glad that you take something away from what I'm talking about. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Very cool. This community is very cool, and I'm glad me and Mark, got over the bullshit that everyone's got to have.
I seem to rub people the wrong way the first time, or I just get pissed off.
But I'm glad because
third time.
Like I told you on the last episode that we did of BS, like, man, you're a fucking cool ass dude, and I was wrong, man. I was wrong about you, and you're very entertaining, man. And whether I agree with the bullshit that comes out of your mouth or not, it doesn't even matter. You're very entertaining.
Here. And look at Mike Tyler. He just said that we all rule.
Yes, we do.
You rule, Mike.
Cheers.
You
I'm
rule,
out of
Mike.
alcohol. This sucks.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
Cheers.
With us from beginning to end. It really does mean a lot to me, Mike. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. All right, guys.
Well, you need to set 4 hours aside and bring him on your show.
Yeah. I'm going to come up with a really nice, juicy topic of
Black Sabbath. Give him some Black Sabbath or any thrash. He's your expert right there.
And then we'll see if Mike will gravitate towards it. All right, guys. Good night. Y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all throughout the days.
Great talking to all you guys. Later.
Don't forget, watch listen to the Freeform Rock podcast and the Market Jury with Charles BS Sessions on YouTube.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Later. Bye, Andy.
Bye, Mark.
See you tomorrow, man. That was fun.
I will be there at 8:00.
Dude, how